Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Athena One Light Small LED Lantern. This is the 13-16-30. Let's get into the size of the fixture itself, independent of the rods it's hanging from. Coming in at 15.2 inches high and then 7.3 inches square. The overall height, now we're talking the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the actual ceiling, is going to give you a range, and that's going to start off at 21.5. It's going to go all the way to 63.5 as standard product. So on Hubbardton Forge's site and our site, and also the installations instructions PDF page, which we'll talk about in a second, there's going to be a chart. That chart is going to have all of the fixed lengths that you can attain by using different combinations of these rods. Hubbardton has this new system of rods that basically have threading on both ends on the inside, and then you get these little couplers that come with threading on both sides too. So, and they just screw together. Very simple. You're going to be getting 3 of the 12-inch, you're going to get 1 of the 6-inch, you're going to get 1 of the 3-inch, and you basically just do this. Couldn't be more simple. Really, really tight and a really beautiful milling here, so you barely even see that there's a seam there. So, like I said before, you're going to get 3 of the 12s, 1 of the 6, 1 of the 3. This is going to ship with 120 inches of wire, so I can probably get you to an overall height of about 115 inches, maybe 114. You just have to order another kit or 2 of these to get you there. If you need to go beyond that, we do custom lengths, so you just email and say you're looking at this 13, 16, 30. So you need 200 inches or 200 inches overall height, or whatever it's going to be. I'm going to take your email, send it through Hubbardton Forge's customs department. It's going to come back with an answer how we can help you. Adds a little time and money, but we do customs every day. So let's go back and talk about that installations instructions PDF. So it's on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont and on Hubbardton Forge's site. Over on that side of the screen, midway down, it's a hyperlink. It says click here for installations instructions PDF. So why do I want you to see that? Because there's a lot of good information there. There's a full parts list, there is instructions how this goes together, but there's also information about the canopy, and that's the square canopy that goes over your 4-inch junction box that's going to go on the ceiling. That is a 5.5 inch square. It's about that thick. It's holding a transformer because this is a dedicated LED pendant, and you need to transform your line voltage into low voltage to go into that strip of LEDs. So you're going to be able to see a lot of information there. There's good line drawings there too. It's going to show you the inside of that canopy, how it goes on this, very simple. It's going to show you lots and lots of good info. It's also going to kind of probably talk about how you put it together. And how we put these things together is we take the body of the fixture that has the wires coming out of it, and then we slowly go through each piece. After you kind of figure out how many, in which combination of pipes you're going to use, go through each piece one by one. So I'm going to go through a coupler, I'm going to go through a pipe, I'm going to go through a coupler and a pipe, and eventually I'm going to get to that canopy. And then after I get these all through, I'm going to screw it all together. And just like I said before, it just goes like this. So very simple. You're just going to kind of build it, and then the wires are going to come out of that canopy and you're good to go. Slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees, so you guys are fine there. Talk about glass really quick. So this is going to have a dedicated LED strips that are going to be inside of this protruding light, or posting light, or however you want to call it, pushing light out all over the place. And you're going to have a couple diffusers on that. So the inner diffuser is going to be a opal glass. And opal glass I'm going to talk about more in the video. That's Hubbardton Forge's white glass, and it's opaque, so you're not going to see those LEDs inside. Over that is going to be clear fluted glass, which is really pretty. It's used on a lot of other fixtures, so it's just a really great look. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about what's going on inside of this as far as lamping goes and how much light comes out of it. It's going to be using 4.3 watts of electricity. It's going to be powering those LEDs like we talked about, pushing out 350 delivered lumens. That's about the equivalent of a 40-watt halogen bulb. It's a dimmable fixture, so make sure when you talk to your installer, you tell them that you're going to be doing a dimmable dedicated LED. They just need to have the correct dimmer on the wall for you. The other thing, the light coming out of this is 3000 Kelvin. That's warm white. That's what we like to use in our showroom. We talk about that in all these videos when we talk about LEDs. You'll notice, like, in the LED world, 2700 Kelvin is super yellow, and a lot of people talk about LEDs like, oh, I don't like LEDs because of that bluish white light. That's like 4000, 5000 Kelvin, and that's called daylight, but that's not what this is. This is that nice warm glow of actually the light coming down on my hands. This is 3000 Kelvin warm white light, basically. And these are dedicated LEDs too, so that's what we're using on this. It's just what we like to use in our showroom. I think you'd probably like it too. So I want to touch on Hubbardton Forge's glass for just a second. Hubbardton Forge's opal glass is not just another piece of white glass. This is actually hand-blown glass. All of their glass is hand-blown. And to begin with, it's actually a clear piece of glass to start with. And they come in, they blow a second layer on the inside of white glass. Then they come back and they do a third step where they sandblast the entire outside. So you'll notice when you get these in your hands, they actually have layers of glass on them on the ends. You can see them on these two pieces. And it gives it this really soft, semi-transparent, kind of milky quality. It's a soft glowing piece. Really, really pretty. You know, they're really obsessed about details at Hubbardton Forge, and a lot of people don't. I don't think they appreciate it out in the world, but you appreciate it because that's why you guys are here watching this video. There you go. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you're on our website, HandmadeInVermont.com, do me a favor, look over on the left-hand side of the screen. You're going to see a lot of red tabs over there. One is going to be the Finishes Help Guide. When you're done with this video, go over there and open that up for me, and you're going to see a video at the top of that page of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a color chart just below the video, so scroll down a little bit, you'll see that chart. You'll notice there are pictures that have the letter A on them, pictures that have the letter B on them, and I'm going to be talking about that range you can see in variance on there in that video. So it's really important to watch the video, use that chart. When you're done with all that, come back down to that chart. You can click on any of those pictures and see a lot more samples of Hubbardton Forge fixtures in that finish. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in dark smoke, click on dark smoke. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in vintage platinum, do the same, and so on and so on and so on. That's a great way for you to see a lot of Hubbardton Forge stuff in different finishes and really take advantage of that, okay? So our showroom in Vermont has over 350 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's On display page on our website. It's going to be back in the red tabs over there. A lot of good things in that section. Check out. So when you open that up, you'll see it's all divided up into different sections like dining pendants and outdoor lighting. We're always adding to that. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. They don't even have a showroom like this. Nobody does. And they use this as their showroom when you guys come to Vermont to visit us. So lots and lots to see here. You can see all the different glass, all the different finishes, all the different fabrics, all of those things. In addition to that, we have a clearance center. So the clearance center stuff are returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. That's an amazing deal for you. If you guys want to take advantage of that, you have to come here to Vermont to see us. And when you do me a favor, measure all the kind of things about your project and what you guys are doing. So the most important thing is measure your ceiling heights to begin with. Measure distances between junction boxes and like windows and ceilings and those kind of things. So if you're looking at sconces on the wall, you can see if they're going to fit for you. If you're doing pendants over a kitchen island, measure the distances between those junction boxes. Widths of tables, kitchen tables, dining tables, lengths of tables, islands, all that good stuff. And also do a couple more things. If you guys have some tablets or iPads lying around, take pictures of all these things. Take pictures of the kitchen, take pictures of the projects you're doing. Bring that in so we can kind of go through those pictures together and we'll be able to see what you guys are up to, okay? And also the boxes and clearance stuff, for clearance stuff, are basically packed for shipping. Don't forget, these were supposedly shipped out. So the boxes tend to be on the bigger side, so bring a decent size SUV if you want to take stuff home. It's a really good opportunity for you. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer that offers 90-day returns and no restocking fees. That's 3 months after you receive something to send it back, and there's no restocking fee on that. Some larger items and custom things, and it's usually going to be big things on pallets, are going to be non-returnable. It'll always tell you on the page for an item if that is the case, so always keep an eye out for that. And we also offer a rush program. So to get all these different metal finishes, Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock. They generally take about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. We can cut that time in half, and it's really, really inexpensive. If you want to know more about that, just drop me a quick email and I can clue you in on details, okay? So our showroom in Vermont is open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to drop a quick email, you can do that all the time. And that's going to be at sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. Or you can call me during business hours, 802-446-2400. So thank you for stopping in today, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.